Our next bout, this is going to be so much fun. It's going to be a heavyweight bout at 265. Ronshad Berry at 1-1 out of Macon, Georgia, taking on Mena, who is making his debut. Mena, a late replacement. Berry, a late replacement in this matchup. The heavyweight's going to bring it here in Rome, Georgia. All right, to introduce the fighters, to go back to the cage, here is Jennifer.
Our next bout of the evening is in the heavyweight division, brought to you by the Bratcher Firm, LLC. First, please welcome to the cage, Ronshad Berry.
Ronshad Berry, a 1-1 in his MMA career out of Rush MMA in Macon, Georgia. Casey, tell us about Berry.
Well, you said it right there, Rush MMA. This team is going to be represented very strongly tonight. You see Bobby Mitchell, his coach there, walking out. This group has done so much in mixed martial arts here in Georgia. And Ronshad Berry, he's one of the big guys. The heavyweights, you know I love the heavyweight fighters.
No doubt, and a late replacement for Kelly Payne, who had to withdraw. Good wrestling base, and a lot of teammates on this card from Rush MMA, as the 34-year-old Ronshad Berry fighting out of that big-time camp. A little bit of a layoff, but that's the case for both of the fighters here tonight. Just a quick word on Wesley Mena.
Yeah, Wesley Mena is a guy that, he's making his debut. He is an independent. We don't really know a whole lot about him other that he is a big dude, and the word is that he's got an extensive wrestling background and some horsepower to back that up.
Yeah, two guys with tremendous power, size, the physique, and of course, Mena is put together as well, as you will see here momentarily when he comes back out, and Berry has to duck to step inside the cage, and the fans love that. All right, we go back to the cage of Jennifer.
And his opponent making his way to the cage, please welcome Wesley Mena.
Wesley Mena out of Atlanta, Georgia, making his debut, fighting out of the nearby Atlanta region. Casey, Mena's a guy that out of college had NFL opportunities.
Now, we've seen a lot of fighters, of course. Eric Anders, most recently going to the UFC.
Tonight.
Yeah, playing for the University of Alabama. Not to mention OSPO Vince St. Preux, who played for the University of Tennessee. A lot can be said for those crossover athletes, particularly in football.
We've seen a ton of it, and Mena had opportunities out of college with the Redskins and the Jets. Big-time power on both sides. Two guys that have been on a little bit of a layoff as well. As we take a look at the tail of the tape. When worlds collide, conflict versus valor, you see Mena 8 years younger than Berry. The weight difference, that's quite a bit when you're talking about 24 pounds. Mena heavier than Berry. Mena also 1 inch taller, and you see the experience for Berry as Mena making his MMA debut. The heavyweights at 265 in this bout, presented by the Bratcher Firm, LLC, amateur MMA here in Rome, Georgia. Mark Laws with the final checks, along with Jeff Kemp, who is doing the final checks on Wesley Mena. Just such a unique event here tonight, Casey. Two big-time promotions getting together and putting on as good a card as you'll find in the country.
Quite possibly the biggest two promotions here in the States joining forces, an epic night.
Mena's in the cage, a little stare for Berry, and we go back to the cage of Jennifer.
This bout is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. First, fighting out of the blue corner, he weighed in at 238 pounds, holds a record of 1 win with 1 loss, and fights out of Rush MMA American Top Team in Macon, Georgia, Ronshad Berry. And his opponent across the cage to my left, fighting out of the red corner, he weighed in at 262 pounds. He is an independent fighter out of Atlanta, Georgia, and tonight he is making his MMA debut, Wesley Mena. Your referee when the action begins is Northside Nate Man.
Mena, our referee in this heavyweight bout presented by the Bratcher Firm LLC. Three 3-minute rounds. Ronshad Berry in the gray trunks, Wesley Mena in the black trunks. This is going to be unbelievable. Two powerful guys, long layoffs, they touch gloves. Heavyweights battle in Rome, Georgia. We're underway here live on Full Combat.
And here we go. Wesley Mena with the charge here. Ronshad Berry, the Matador.
You look at the athleticism of Berry put together. Mena with a football background as well. Kick from Berry, returned by Mena.
I will say this, when you're talking about heavyweight action, technique comes into play, but anything can happen when you've got this much horsepower inside the cage. And that's what makes the heavyweights so exciting to watch.
Mena charging in. Berry ducks out of the way and escapes. Berry lost his MMA debut. That was back in 2014. And won his most recent fight, also 2014, over Joseph Fulgham.
You see Ronshad Berry rubbing his eye there, possibly caught a thumb.
He's still tapping at it, Casey. What about that head position of Berry? What do you think of that? Kind of got it sticking up.
Yeah, really blocking, trying to block his chin with his shoulder there. Yeah. Some moves there by Ronshad Berry.
Berry the more active with the jabs. Mena sort of just charging in. He does it again.
Yeah, I see Ronshad Berry as the more technical. You can see it. Of course, he does represent Rush MMA and American Top Team. And so he has definitely been groomed well. Nice knee there to the body. Mena takes another one.
See the marks on the body of Mena, who nods his head nah. Fighter stalk.
Oh, here we go. You see Mena turning away from the onslaught of Ronshad Berry, and now back in the clinch.
Triple jab action by Berry.
Yeah. And another big knee off of the break by Ronshad Berry. Very composed here in his third mixed martial arts bout of his career.
Final seconds of round number one. Berry not putting himself too much in harm's way.
Oh, nice shot there by Ronshad Berry.
I think Mena might have taken a finger to the eye as well, as he looked like he was flinching going back to the corner. Referee didn't see it. So interesting first round. How would you score that, Casey?
Yeah, I'm going to give it to Ronshad Berry.
Yeah.
He kept the pressure on. He was very composed. He did everything the right way, landed some shots on the outside, but when he closed the distance, he was very controlled with those knees, landed some good shots, and I think that he controlled it the way he needed to.
Get a look at Ronshad Berry, who has 2 fights under his belt coming into this one, and that Rush MMA camp, as well as American Top Team, he really did look like the more accomplished, maybe advanced fighter in his skill set in that first round.
Absolutely, man. And I think moving into this second round, we're going to see more of the same.
All right, we're ready for round number 2. In this heavyweight bout at 265, presented by the Bratcher Firm LLC in Rome, Georgia. They touch gloves from a distance. We're underway. Change of stance by Mena. Berry staying in the same spot. Stalking. And a stiff jab by Berry.
Mena trying to close the distance. Ronshad Berry controlling that range very well. Now getting a little bit more aggressive with that jab is Ronshad Berry.
Hands down by Mena an awful lot. Now he brings him up a little bit.
Mena standing, you know, he's switching his stances. A moment ago he was in the southpaw position, and so that can kind of throw things off. If you're Ronshad Berry, you've got to kind of watch and figure out that riddle before you go tolling in there. Like I mentioned, the heavyweights can throw some heavy leather. You don't want to be a recipient of one of those big shots.
Mouthpiece popped out from Mena momentarily, but he caught it and put it back in, and he ate a left. He's stunned. Berry on the attack. Separate again. Flinching a little bit with that left eye.
Now Mena coming on here.
Berry back to his stance. Mena momentarily close the gap, but they quickly separate.
Oh yeah.
Sort of a half-hearted shoot in there by Mena.
I mean, you're gonna have to set that one up.
Another kick to the body, and Mena nods his head no. Takes another kick from Berry. And it left just under here in round number 2. These guys both with tremendous power, but nothing significant landed for either guy, although Berry seems to have the advantage to this point.
Props to Berry. He's fighting a very technical battle here. You saw him, he landed some shots moving in, he landed the knee, and then on the break he landed a shot. Very technical work here.
On the jab, step left.
And his camp may be fine with him just being technically sound and not putting himself in harm's way.
Well, again, I think he is the better technician, but yet you still have to watch out for the power of Wesley Mena, someone who is a collegiate level football player, and you see it right there. Mena certainly has some power.
Berry sometimes a little bit opposing. He takes a shot, wants to show he's not hurt. And even if he's not, that's something to be careful on. You don't want to take another shot, especially with a guy of the power that you mentioned, Mena.
Right. I think that judging from what I'm seeing here, Ronshad Berry has a much better strategy in this fight. He's doing what he needs to do, but like you mentioned, at any point that train can derail if he makes a mistake. If he catches one of those big overhand rights, you've seen Wesley Mena throwing for the fences. But again, up until now, Ronshad Berry, I think he is in the driver's seat. I think he takes this second round as well as the first. I've got him up 2-0 moving into the third.
Berry's loss back in 2014 was a split decision loss to Cryome Frazier. His win was a second round submission victory, but that was also back in 2014. And then Mena is making his debut. So very interesting the way these two guys have started the first 2 rounds, scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. And we'll see if the strategy changes for either one. Mena's got to make something happen there in the black trunks. Berry likely has won the first 2 on the scorecards in the gray trunks here in round 3.
Mena coming out in the southpaw position, switches to orthodox. You can tell that right hand is his money. That's what he's looked for throughout the duration of this fight. Props to both of these fighters. Big heavyweights, young in their career, with the cardio to still be standing in the third. It's a testament to both Valor Fights and Conflict MMA in bringing 2 solid athletes to the table here.
Berry had a nice feint with the right and then stuck the left jab in there. Mena doesn't look like he's really setting anything up. That right could connect, but he's not really setting it up, right?
No, absolutely not. Mena is all horsepower here. Right. He's a tough guy. He's the bull, and Ronshad Berry is the matador. Now Berry looking for the takedown. Props to Mena. He was able to shrug it off. But in the mix, Ronshad Berry able to land a shot off the break.
Corner called for knees, and Barry only able to land one. But Barry could very well be content riding this out. So near the midway point in round number 3, our third and final round here in Rome, Georgia.
Mena carrying those hands slightly low here. Dangerous position here because I am certain both guys have plenty of power left in those hands. You've seen it before, Vince. These heavyweight fights, they can end in a blink of an eye.
Let's go, Wesley.
Boy, you can see both guys slippery right now with their sweat.
And maybe a bit of fatigue setting in here by both men.
Let's go. 1, 2.
Yet they still continue to toe forward here.
Let's go.
Very cautious, but I don't know the way he reacts when Mena comes after him and he's able to move his head and avoid contact. He doesn't look like he fears Mena, or maybe just playing that off. But Mena's got to make something happen here. It's 30 seconds and he'll lose on the judges' scorecards.
Yes.
Let it out here, tired or not. 10 seconds left.
Mena toes forward. Oh, beautiful work there by Ronshad Barry in the closing moments. I give that third round to him as well. And again, I think he takes a 30-27 for sure.
I agree. You know what? Anytime we go to the judges' scorecards, I'll bring it up. See, this one, I don't think there's really much to hold your breath on. I mean, you never know, but Mena just didn't do enough. And Barry was clearly the better technical fighter.
Well, let's talk about that a little bit. When you've got a judge on one corner, another judge in the opposite corner, and then another judge in between those two, they all see a different fight from different angles, completely different from what we are seeing here. Of course, we're viewing from the monitor as well, so you never know.
Very good head movement. The lighter fighter between the two is Mena. 24 pounds heavier than he was, and you could see both guys starting to gas there in the third round just a little bit. But I'm with you, Casey. I think it should be Barry 30-27, which should up his record above 500. And he's 34 years old, but he can make a career. We've seen that. He can make a career. Take a look at the replay here.
Well, you see the action here in the closing moments. Ronshad looking for the takedown, unable to attain it, but really controlled this fight very well. Again, a testament to his camp. Rush MMA, an American top team there in Macon, Georgia.
Yeah, two juggernaut MMA promotions coming together for this one. Back to the cage for our official decision.
After 3 hard-fought rounds, we go to your judges' scorecard for decision. All judges scored this bout 27-30 for your winner by unanimous decision, Ronshad Barry.